Hello there, my name is Richard. The first time you see my channel, I sort of review cartoon series, anime series, or something, could be random. Today we're going to talk about a new cartoon series from Netflix called Nutty Boy. This is a type of cartoon that Netflix honestly never promote that much. It's very rare, but it's for a reason, because this is actually a very well-known Brazilian cartoon from Brazil back in 1980s. It was based on a children's book. It also became a sort of its own spin-off series, a comic book strip based on the original book. It also became a play, also became a movie, also became a live action series, and many other things. Yeah, this is a very popular franchise. But once again, the cartoon actually is good. You have to say yes. It's one of those is sort of slice of life type of cartoon with supernatural and slash magical sort of properties. But it's a little slow. It starts basically a normal, I'm a child, I'm a little odd, trying to do school adventures. But it sort of evolves. I don't know if they do that exactly like the book. I'm not sure how close it is in the book, but at the very end, it is entertaining. Of course, I'm warning you, some people don't like wholesome cartoons, so I just out there, if you don't like wholesome cartoons, maybe it's not for you, because wholesome cartoons have to sort of kind of pacing is sort of slow, but it's also trying to grab your attention to being sort of weird, but at the same time sort of kind of what's the word, sort of Deadpool sort of comedy, sort of self-aware that, yeah, I know it's have some problems here and there, but that's how the franchise is. That's sort of self-aware. The kids do something they shouldn't, and the teacher's like, oh, I know you're gonna do something stupid, bye. You just walk away, you let them do their thing. Once again, that's sort of self-aware, enjoyable. It's just a really good time. Even that some of the comedy pacing sort of falls apart sometimes, only like 10%, the other 90% was well executed. But it's one of the things I just don't know. Maybe because it was translated to Brazil to English, or it's sort of the writing translation, or maybe the voice actors don't land the comedy just right, or it's just the comedy very specifically strange for Brazil. Honestly, I don't know, but it doesn't really matter because the comedy does land pretty well. Maybe because the voice actor who played Nutty is the same voice actor who played Zim from Invader Zim, or his newest work he did, Moxie from Hell the Boss. Yeah, you've seen those characters of those two shows. He's doing it, but once again, he's just super natural of comedy. Everything he says, it just works so well. Especially you don't recognize his voice at first when he starts laughing. If you hear he laughing, you automatically, yeah, it's the guy who does Invader Zim. But once again, he does a great job. Now the character of Nutty, he's sort of a kind of strange, outgoing kid who has a sort of a hat made out of pan. The show never explained why he has this hat, why he's sort of obsessed with this hat, but he sort of does need it. But a little bit, the pan became sort of like a shield from Captain America. You know how Captain America uses a shield and tosses like his enemies come back? Yeah, Nutty does the same thing with his hat. I don't know why. It's kind of funny, kind of strange, but it works. Also, I love you have other characters are sort of one-noted characters, but slowly developing, because it really takes its time to understand each character. For example, like Juliet, that's sort of a person who likes competition, who has trigger words, but you think that's all she really is. But slowly developing why she is sort of a very hardcore competition type of person, because her brothers. You also have sort of hatred. She want to take vengeance with her brothers. But once again, it slowly builds to understand and become a very likable character. Another good example, like Julian, is another character in the series that they kind of call him that sort of the kid who likes one thing a week. That kid was sort of obsessed at like one thing, and he's trying to know everything. It's sort of one kind of like a joke you just toss around, but they actually do focus on Julian and understand what he sort of assessed with one specific thing for that week. Till he realized he actually does study everything of that sort of subject matter. He's sort of a runner, honorable student. So you can see why he's sort of very specific, very accurate, very needy type of person, but you know so much about just focusing on that one specific need. Once again, that takes skill. A lot of people don't really think how to create a character. You think you make a one-noted character like the angry character or the happy character, but they always keep forgetting how to explore why this character is always angry, why this character is always happy. You sort of explore that, and that's why I enjoy this series. They do explore it. But I love it takes its time. Now, the animation, oh god, the animation is simplistic, but very unique. It's one of those, it's sort of a comic book sort of arts designed to make it simple, but sort of unique. Each character have that design just pops. You know who they are, how they're passing through. And that's very hard to do, especially the backgrounds. Oh my god, the backgrounds were great. It's one of those, I wish I could have a poster of the background of Nutty Boy, because all the back art style they have for the world is just super unique and interesting just to see. Especially the jungle, if they go, it's something I felt I was watching sort of like a 80s RPG or early 90s. That sort of great background design, like very simple shapes, but it just lands so well. It's just I love that. Now, anything else? This series is sort of hard to say anything bad. The only thing is sort of the pacing. Now, anything else? The story, it's not much different. It's just basically Nutty doing adventures, but slowly becoming sort of supernatural or supernatural and magical. Depends which episode, because it's already becoming that, but that's the like very end. Usually he just sort of hanging out with his friends, doing something with his parents, doing something with his grandparents, but once again, that's sort of unique, kind of hyperactive, strange kind of point of view as a child. But once again, it's a wholesome cartoon. You don't really expect that much, but once again, I do recommend it because it's that good. Of course, you have some pacing issues. I know I was trying to sound like a broken record, but I have to make that very clear. But that's the only complaint I actually have. One thing I have noticed, the first episode, they kind of did struggle what to do with Peanut's mom. That she is a good mother. She's very in-depth as a character. But the first episode, they didn't know what to do with it. The very beginning, I thought she was sort of unhinged because how happy she is and smiling. Almost to the point it's sort of kind of creepy. At least in the first episode. After that, they sort of fixed that. And one thing I really enjoy is they change the art style depending if the character is sort of doing a story, sort of a monologue, just to see what they're trying to do or say of the characters. They do that once in a while, and that's basically it. Now, I recommend it. It's sort of obvious, yes. Now, I got really nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.